Hi, I'm Anave,
And I'm Matt,
and we're building a nature retreat in eastern Pennsylvania called Hemlock Hideout. This is Rest and Digest.
where every week we create something together, a recipe, a project, or an idea, and dig into what we've been reading, because we believe great ideas happen when you're creating.
The creation and the article are always connected, and they always come back to what we're building. If you're new here, we're glad you found us. Thanks for staying.
All right, so this soup is a waiting game, just like our property search.
Yes, very much so. We are working off of this recipe. It's a potato and leek soup. It's requiring a lot of slow down and wait. It simmers probably longer than any of the prep takes,
Way longer,
and it's
yes.
definitely forcing us to slow down. So while it rests, we're going to rest a little bit.
Exactly. We're going to have a little bit hurry up to prep
Mm-hmm.
and then a lot of wait
Yeah,
while we cook.
exactly. So the why behind this recipe, the honest why, is because I decided to buy leeks randomly, and they've been getting crusty on our kitchen island. So we needed to use the leeks. Also, the potatoes were starting to grow eyes. So,
Preservation.
yes, I was like, we got to use these. But in finding a recipe, what I found is like the common thread was that they take a while. The total cook time is like 50 to 60 minutes, which is not typical of recipes that we normally choose. That
Exactly.
you normally choose.
Right.
We're usually like a little strapped for time. So it's whatever can get done within like the next 35 minutes.
Exactly. Be like, did I get anything out of the freezer?
Right.
Yes, no.
Can I force a defrost?
Can I quickly defrost something out of the freezer?
So a little bit of context behind Rest and Digest and why we decided to do this type of series was the weekly focus in our business is the philosophy of rest. And that is what I've been researching for our Substack and our weekly blog post that drops on Sunday. Go check that out. But it got me interested in what it actually looks like to be rested and feel rested. I'm sure we're all familiar with the process of the response, I should say, of fight or flight and freeze or fawn. They're pretty widely recognized responses that our bodies have when it deems us to be in danger or in a threatening situation. And that all takes place in our sympathetic nervous system. Now, in trying to figure out what it means to be well rested, I was introduced to the concept of rest and digest. And that happens in our parasympathetic nervous system, which is something that we're not ever even really conscious of.
Right.
And I also learned that just in the built up world that we're in, like we're always kind of at a low grade activation, our nervous system is.
Mm-hmm.
And it just has to do with the fact that our world that we live in just always has an ask of us, even if it's small. And over time, that can kind of misconstrue what your baseline is to feeling rested. So the article that we read is called The 7 Types of Rest to Help Restore Your Body's Energy. And that one really got me thinking about what the different types of rest look like. And just because your sleep doesn't mean you're rested.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I like how they describe this. The sleep and the rest have been kind of crammed together or conflated, and they're actually separate.
Right. Little nugget that I have here of that I also included in um, our Substack was I don't really know when I started believing that rest was something that needed to be earned. Do you? Do you?
No, I think I remember just like early on thinking that like, yeah, you get to rest once you
Do
complete something.
X, Y,
Once you're
Z.
done with something, like you don't like rest in the middle of it, or
Right.
yeah, if you need a break, you take a break, but
Right.
like you push, 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 and you go, go, go until it's done. Like that. That's yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like too, something that I've never really thought about until like researching rest in depth is like, I don't think I ever really knew the difference between pausing something and stopping. Like, I feel like we may take breaks throughout our day, but that's a pause. That's not actually stopping. Just because I take a break doesn't mean that my brain stopped thinking, doesn't mean that my body even stopped thinking because I'm a little fidgety.
Right.
Like, I don't feel like I ever really stop until I sleep. But now I'm like, even when I'm sleeping, am I stopping? You know?
Right.
You chomping away over there?
I am. I had to eat a piece of celery.
What do you think, Mister? I can't sit still.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
No, yeah, I always feel like there's always that stone unturned where, oh, what's next? What do I have
Right.
to do next? This floor's dirty over here. Let me grab the vacuum. They kind of like pile up in my head on my mental list.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many things I need to do. When
Right.
I don't really need to do. I'm saying they need to be done. Nobody else probably cares
Like creating
if they
deadlines
get
again.
done. Right.
I feel like I noticed a bit in you of like, yes, you like to clean when you're stressed out or things like that.
That's a family trait, yes.
But
It's handed down to me.
here you go.
Here.
But it was actually when like my aunt pointed it out. She points it out fairly often, which I think is really funny. She sits at the kitchen table and she looks outside, and you're outside like looking through the hostas. She's like, does he ever sit down? Does he know what it means to sit down? And I'm like, that's a great question. I don't think he does. It's like hardwired into you to just be on to the next thing.
It is.
Even when we're having like family gatherings and you could just be sitting down and talking, like you're on the grill and you're like, bro.
This is true. I joke about it, but there's also a little truth to it. I'm like, I just feel like stuff won't get done.
Yeah.
And not that anybody else is waiting for the stuff to get done. I know I'm waiting for stuff to get done. So I'm like, well, I better just go do it.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like I don't like waiting for something. I'd rather just go do it.
I think this goes into a deeper conversation of you not trusting other people to get stuff done. But
also a family trait.
We're going to talk about that at a later date.
I'll just do it myself.
Right. So, what do you feel like rest looks like in your body? Like, how do you feel when you feel rested?
Rested, going outside.
Mm-hmm. It's
going for a walk in nature. Exactly.
When we have game nights, especially, like,
yeah.
I love having game nights. I think it's really fun to be around like my family and just like have that scheduled night where we hang out. But at the end of the night, I love when it's just like you and I hanging out and debriefing.
Right.
And I feel, even though, I was just with like 6 people and it was really loud and kind of overstimulating, I still get to walk away and feel socially rested because we had that debrief time.
Yeah. Agreed.
This is like crackling.
I hear it.
I've never actually had a leek before, and I really didn't even know what it was. And Matthew let me know that it's part of the onion family, and that's why it smells like onions. So again, I don't know why I bought leeks. I just did. And then I had no idea what to do with them. And I think I told you I was going to make a tea with them, and you sounded surprised. And I was like,
I did. I was
that
like,
doesn't sound right. Then maybe I was thinking of something else.
Maybe there's a leek tea that I'm not aware of, but
I'm like, onion tea.
I was trying not to judge, but, inside me, I was like, thinking to myself, would I drink leek tea?
And after researching,
I love tea. That's the thing.
I would not drink a leek tea. That's not something that I would be into.
All right, what else do we need over there?
Need celery and potatoes.
Okay.
And it called for 3 leeks, but like, and this is 3 leeks. It just feels like a lot. Super simple. It's just chopping up celery, leeks, and potatoes. And it does call to peel potatoes, but we do not believe in peeling potatoes.
No.
So you will get a chop out of us, and I will not be answering any questions about that. Like, never ask me to peel a potato. It's not happening.
We like potato skins in this
Exactly.
family.
I feel like there's something nutritious in that for
Exactly.
sure.
It's like the skin of the apple, or, insert whatever fruit you want here. that the skin's edible anyway.
Exactly. Ooh, gotta be stirring
Okay.
until the leeks are tender.
I got this.
I didn't add all of them. I think I added like maybe 2 leeks.
Okay.
You got the stirring?
I can do this.
Another part of the article that was talking about creative rest, I feel like I've had a different understanding of that, especially as we were building Hemlock Hideout, because there have been several times where we're up way too late. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and
Yes.
Ronan has camp the next day, and we should be going to bed. And even though my body's tired, like I feel I got just a second wind of energy when it came to the creativity.
Right.
We're usually like researching something or figuring out like a design aspect or element that we didn't think we were going to include before, and now we are.
Right.
So this process of building Hemlock Hideout and transitioning to doing it full time, for me personally, I feel as though it has been a creative rest in its own regard. Whereas before, I had to only dedicate like a couple hours a week during the day to it. And it was something where I was like, oh, I wish I could do it more. And now I feel like now that I'm doing it more, I thought I would be tired, and I'm not.
Right. And I think there's a point there with like the mental factor, where whether it's your job or whether it's your full-time job, like you can put in that overtime, put in that extra time, and then eventually after a few weeks of that, like you will hit that wall where your productivity drops. Maybe your drive drops, your creativity drops, like all those things will drop. It's like it's not a sustainable rate that you're working at. So that was something that one of my mentors pointed out, that like we could put in overtime for these next 2 weeks to build out this thing and solve these problems. But then after that, you have to go back to a normal state.
Right.
If you stay in that state, your productivity drastically drops.
Definitely.
And it's like the amount of work in progress you have is just too much.
Yeah.
You have to reduce it in order to get back to that state that you need to be in.
Right.
And reading this article, that kind of brought that together. I was like, oh yeah, that mental rest that you need to solve these problems. Like that's
and one thing about I have a hard time I guess not understanding, but maybe agreeing with, is that it feels like it always goes back to optimizing something. Like
right.
It feels like you're only resting in order to then be productive. And I think at the end of this article where it talks about reframing rest,
Yes.
that's important, because then it's kind of counterproductive if you're only doing the restful thing in order for you to be super productive later on. Right. I feel like that's like a catch-22 of
it is.
Then we're getting back into that rat race of only resting so that we can be productive.
Right.
Like, where does that
I think that's
fall?
an American trait right there.
Yeah.
That's like an American productivity.
Yeah.
Rest, but only rest so you can come back and do more work.
Exactly.
And be productive.
Right. That's why we feel so spoiled when we have 7 days of PTO
exactly.
in year one.
Right. Or you travel to another country and you're like, you get how many weeks of vacation?
Right. You get to take a nap in the middle of the workday.
Right. Everybody shuts down over in the
What?
afternoon. What do you mean?
But what does that mean for your KPIs?
Exactly. What do your shareholders say?
It was just so simple to just eat my lunch at my desk. There's just something about like just being able to, I don't know, you just feel like you're ahead even though you're not,
Yes.
You feel like, okay, I'm going to clock out and still work through this lunch technically, and somehow, some way it'll put me up like ahead and further.
Right.
Until it doesn't, and you're and then you're just eating your lunch at your desk for no reason.
Exactly.
Or until you realize you don't want to be ahead. You don't want to feel like you're the most productive member on your team, because that just means that you're going to get more work.
That's true.
And less rest.
Right.
So I don't know. I think I need to, I feel like when we eat lunch here at the house, I'm much better at sitting down now and
Mm-hmm.
eating my lunch instead of taking it
Right.
upstairs.
Right. Or hunching over the counter here and
Yes.
eating
Which
right
we
here.
are very still much so guilty
We
of.
still do.
We're definitely a work in progress. We are preaching rest because we want other people to feel rested. Taking our own advice is very hard.
Very hard, yes. I thought the sensory rest part of the article was interesting, and that is one of those things that made me think of, like, we almost always have music on all the time. So, you know, we have the speakers on in the house, and like you can put on the different rooms and everything. And a lot of times it's like that's always background noise,
Yeah.
you know, but I like that background noise. It just gives me a little bit of extra like white noise, or
Yeah.
I just love music too. So, but that can add to, you know, your sensory
Yeah.
overload, you know, low grade activation that your sensory is taking in and always dealing with. And when that's gone, it's silent.
It's
Like
so
listen to
quiet.
listen how quiet it is.
I
All
know.
we hear is the cooking pot.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Whole surrounding focus of the philosophy of rest and the blog post that I wrote about that introduced me to rest and digest also introduced me to the concept of forest bathing, which is, and forgive me because I'm going to butcher this, Shinrin Yoku in Japanese. And the idea of leaving your phone, leaving your inboxes behind, and
Yes.
going outside into nature. Like you don't have to just like lay down somewhere in the middle of a forest, but it can be a slow paced walk and focusing on what's going on around you
Right.
can still count as rest. It doesn't have to be like you lay completely still in a silent room
Right.
to be meditative.
Right.
Sometimes it's just taking into account the natural world around you, and that too can be meditative.
And yeah, I like how a couple different sections of the article mentioned nature.
Yes.
And talking about getting out into nature, getting outside, taking a walk in nature. Like these are all themes that we're very familiar with.
Yes.
And we've said many times, like just getting outside.
Yes.
It
solves almost all of my
changes.
problems.
Yes.
Always. I think you need like what is it, 6 cups of chicken broth?
Yes. So the garlic's in and it's ready.
Ooh.
What?
What is that?
Oh yeah, that's the fat.
Oh, okay. So that's okay.
I'm guessing.
Can you tell that Matt's the cook? Because I saw something come out that I didn't expect, and I was like, ew. I think because it's been in the back of our fridge. It's been in the frozen part.
That doesn't smell right.
Oh.
That's not right.
Ew.
Is that open?
Yeah, this was the open one.
Oh. Yeah.
It was in the back of our fridge.
Oh, that's weird. That has a weird smell to it.
It does.
That does not smell like healthy chicken anything.
Okay, take 2. Good thing I got another one. Okay, so my instincts were right. I gotta trust my gut.
Yes.
That was. I've never seen chicken broth go bad, so that was surprising. This one smells much better. This one smells as what I was anticipating chicken broth to smell like.
Put culture in there or something.
Ew! I've been throwing a lot outside lately. We've kind of created a makeshift compost heap pile, and we may have a pumpkin because of it.
Exactly.
I'm so excited about that.
I know. I can't wait to see if we actually can grow a pumpkin.
I know. And I'm tempted to intervene, but I'm also like, it got this far. It's been 7 months since we threw that back there and didn't think about it like twice. So I kind of think we should just let it be and see if it happens. For me, I'm like, if we have a pumpkin, great. If not, it was still really cool.
Let's let nature
that
take
it
its
flowered.
course. We got to get that broth.
Spill it. I'm spilling broth
Making a
everywhere.
mess.
It's not tapered very well. Gotta clean up.
Ooh,
Well, I didn't need that type of reaction. It wasn't that bad.
at least this one smells much better.
Yes, that one smells how chicken broth is supposed to smell. So this has the salt, the pepper, and the thyme.
Ooh, nice. That's dirty.
Teamwork.
Ooh, those spices smell good.
Don't they?
Yes.
A little cayenne.
Crushed red pepper.
Ooh.
And
We're ad-libbing.
yes, we're just gonna be creative. We're gonna
Dive into the creative
got
rest.
our creative rest. All right, we're gonna do some paprika and some crushed red pepper.
So what's one thing that you feel is not able to be rushed at this point in life?
Right now, it's finding the right property.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've seen enough properties and we know what is not going to work.
Definitely.
And we know that we could go with something that's, we've seen a few properties that were like a great price, and then we saw them and we know why they're a great price now because there's so much unusable space on the land, or it's, near too many things that we don't want it near.
Right.
We want it secluded. We want it to feel like it's your own private piece of the forest.
Do you feel like you would want to rush it if you could?
I don't know, because I think part of the experience is the journey. In seeing all those not great properties, is making the search. Sometimes it's a little frustrating, but like I know the property's out there that's going to be the right one. So I feel like it's worth the wait. I feel like if we did rush it and we did rush into a property that wasn't quite the perfect one, we're going to regret it later.
Sometimes I just wish that we were there doing the thing,
Yeah.
Like I wish we were there and building. I wish it was already built.
Yes.
I wish we already had guests coming and
Exactly.
people interacting,
Mhm.
and that we were building a staff and all those things. But I agree. I don't think that it would be better if we rushed it. I think
Mhm.
it can only be better while it simmers.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been a long journey, even though we've just started.
I know. It's so crazy. Like with looking back retrospectively and kind of recounting our timeline and where we started with this idea and where we're at right now, I feel like we've lived like 5 different lives.
Definitely.
Like it just starting out as this like idea and this question of, well, one, what the heck is a geodesic dome? And then become what would it be like to have one of those on a piece of property? Like that would be so cool.
Mm-hmm.
My family's always talking about building a compound, and now we're like actually doing the process of finding that land to put them on.
Exactly.
So it's wild.
It is. Oh, how's your campground going? Or it's not necessarily a campground. That's not what we're building per se. Like,
don't call it a campground.
Yes, there's parts of it that are gonna have camping, but like that's not the whole persona of this.
Yes, it's not big picture. That's
like
a facet. Sometimes I feel like I get defensive when I'm like, don't call it this and don't call it that.
Right.
But only because I don't ever want it to get pigeonholed.
Yeah.
It's so much more than all of that. And I mean, it will be so much more than all of that. It's already so much more than that. But
yeah, it's got layers, It's kind of like this, what we're doing here today.
Yeah, this soup.
It's Rest and Digest. It's soup. It's our property search. It's
reading.
reading.
Reading is fundamental, folks. We really love reading. All right.
Let's hold this just in case. Okay. That's
Made a mess.
I definitely need to work on is taking that step back that time. Even though one of these parts of the article talks about how it can be an action like folding laundry,
which I disagree with heavily. Laundry is actually something that definitely activates my fight or flight or freeze because I just sit there.
I just get anxiety when I see piles of laundry piling up,
right?
Whether they're clean or dirty.
So I guess for you, the act of doing it
relaxes me. It's like, even though it's an activity, it's an action, it's not I don't have to think about it. It's mindless. Folding laundry, you're creating clean laundry. But
all of these things fall into the category of Matthew, not Anabe. I find the entire process from start to finish of doing laundry to be incredibly mentally taxing and cumbersome, which is why we got an all-in-one laundry that washes and fold. Well, it doesn't fold. It washes and dries. I wish it
if
folded.
If it
folded, I would have taken out a steep loan on that.
I was gonna say that they could charge 4 times the amount, and we probably would have been like,
take
maybe.
my money. Actually, take the bank's money that I'm borrowing. I can understand your thought process, but I heavily disagree with that fact.
If I didn't feel one way or another about the laundry piling up, then I could maybe say it's, not contributing to my...
It's okay for us to disagree.
It is good because now one of us will do it and the other one's like, please do it.
Please do it.
I think a lot of what we've talked about is in the rest and the different types of rest. Those are the same types of things that we have kind of been thinking about, is how to incorporate those types of things into Hemlock Hideout. So I think those gave us a little bit of criteria to look for, or things that we're going to incorporate into Hemlock Hideout.
It definitely impacted our must-have list for land and amenities.
Exactly.
Beyond just like the basics that you expect at like an Airbnb or a hotel or a resort.
Right.
It kind of dictates the majority of the concept, honestly, of trying to make rest the obvious choice through design and architecture.
Right.
And, letting the land kind of doing the convincing. So give this a try. Oh, yeah. That's good.
Oh, that is good. All right. I don't know why I wasn't, when I first heard potato leek, I wasn't super excited about it. But
yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, now I get it.
I was more excited about it than leek tea, for sure.
Yeah. Way more excited than leek tea.
So, on that note, I think we should leave them with a question.
All right. I think, what's one thing that you've been rushing that didn't need to be rushed?
There we go.
If you have an answer to that, leave it in the comments.
Awesome. We're going to go enjoy the soup.
Guts. I see it. All right. One more and you got it.